Marc Bolan. Riding on out like a bird in the sky, riding on out like if you were a bird, flying on out like an eagle in the sunroof, riding on out like if you were a bird. I love Bolan, brilliant, got me into pop music. That was his first massive hit, and it revolved around a simple blues riff, alright, which I'm going to show you how to play, and a couple more as well. Capo 4th fret. He wasn't very good with bar chords, was Mark, so he used to use a capo instead because it's in a weird key of G sharp. Alright, so we're going to use an E shape. Now, you've got to bear with me on this. This is, it's easy, but it can be tricky. Your thumb, you're going to use your first finger and your thumb, and that's all you're going to use, alright? And all that's going to happen on here is you're going to hammer on the 4th string, and this little finger is going to hammer on and off onto the 2nd string. Can you see there? Underneath your 3rd finger, you know, at the 2nd fret. And it's going to... Okay, so we'll look at this hammering thing first, and then we'll put the whole thing together. So the first thing you're going to do with your first finger, hammer on, bring these 3 fingers off, and hammer, hit the 4th string, and hammer on with the E chord. Okay? Don't worry too much about the little other notes you can hear in the background. You won't hear them when we finish it up. Okay, so hammer on, and then onto the 1st string with your 1st finger. Okay? And then onto the 2nd string with a hammer at the 2nd fret. And then onto the 1st string. And as you hit the 1st string, that little finger must come off, so it's like this. And do it again. And then a 3rd time, but don't hit the 1st string after that 3rd time. So we've got... After that you start again. And then one more hammer. So it's da-dum bang, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da, ba-dum bang, da-da-da. I'll do that with the... Again, thumb hasn't been used yet. So we've got da-dum bam, da-da bam, ba-dum bam, ba-dum bam, bam, da-dum bam. So what's the thumb going to do while all that's going on? Well, it's going to do this. Bear with me. Get the idea what the thumb's going to do. But you got to put the 2 together. Okay, now I'll do that really slowly. All right. You'll have to watch this vid a few times to get the hang of it, because no amount of times of me telling you what to do will make it easier. Watch what I've said. The thumb. The melody with the finger I would suggest you do first. Put the 2 together. And then into the song. Alright? So that's Ride a White Swan. Probably the trickiest one of the ones we're going to do now. Let's do something easy. Let's do... Okay, what we're going to do now is, again, we're going to use the E shape, the E chord, but we're going to, instead of playing it like that with 3 fingers, we're going to abbreviate it to just 1 finger. Alright, what does that mean? It means that as long as we play the 6, the 5 and the 4, we're fine. We must not, though, under any circumstances, ever, whatsoever, hit the 3rd string. It's out of bounds. Okay? Now the best way to... And this 3rd finger here is going to go on and off the 5th string at the 4th fret. Alright? So that's what's going to happen there, so just get used to doing that. What's going to happen with the right hand? The right hand's going to do this. And a little bit of damping, so you just put your hand on the bridge and just, you know, find the right position. If you do it too far forward, too much, that there, alright? So this is what we're going to count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and there's our bar. And this finger is going to go on. Now Bolan, to make this riff more interesting, most guitar players would do this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, which is cool, you know, status quo, all that sort of stuff. But Bolan, to make it that bit more interesting, he put it, the second half of that on an off beat. He went 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And give it a kick with this hand as well. Instead of going, try and go. So. And now, the other, if you've got another guitar player who's only been playing for, say, a minute, he could still join in, because he could do this bit. In fact, he could drink his tea while it's going on. So while you're going, looking cool, you could look even cooler, or she, by drinking their tea going. And you're just striking strings 2 and 1 and killing them, you know. And the way to kill strings is important. When you come in again for the notes, make sure your pleck and your thumb and your finger touch the strings again. Can you see that? Because a lot of people go and they get into a mess. The way to keep a nice neat note, especially in lead guitar, as you come in, get right back in, get the pleck right down there. Can you see? Like a bird pecking, right in there. And it immediately gets rid of all that noise. It's a good tip for everything you're going to do. So let's get it on. What should we do next? Friends, it's fine, friends, it's good. Everybody says it's just like rock and roll. 20th Century Boy. What key is it in? It's in E. There's a surprise. Okay, so we're going to start off with it, and the little finger's going to go on and off the bass string here, the little bend. All right. So with the right hand, this is what we're going to go. Okay, I've not put the little finger on yet. I just want you to see what the right hand's doing. Down, 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 down. All right. Now. Down, 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 down. When the note goes up, that little finger is on the bass string at the 3rd fret. Da da dum da 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 da. Did you get the idea? And then it goes into A and your basic 3-chord rock and roll, A and B7. Again, you can pick the rest of the chords up from the internet anywhere. I just want to show you how to do these riffs. What was one other one I was going to do? Oh, there's Jeepster, which is You're so sweet, you're so fine, I want you all in everything, just keep in mind that you're my babe. Right, that's again, this is in the key of A, so the other 2 chords will be D and E, probably. We're not interested in them right now, I'm just going to do the riff. Okay, so the riff is this. Now, that first chord is an A7 played thus. First finger across 4 strings, alright? And put you can use this finger if you want. I always use this one, I find it much easier. Use your 3rd finger to play the 1st string of the 3rd fret. Great chord. An old-fashioned chord. Most people play A7 like that now. But that's a great way of doing it. So there's a little bass line, it goes open bass, bass at the 2nd fret, bass at the 4th, 5th string open, and then now it's sort of so if, imagine you were strumming it like this with your hand moving up and down. It's always important that you use the right correct stroke of the pleck, depending on where your hand would have been if you were actually strumming. He's probably doing this, you know, when he's in the studio, but live he'd be going. So the first beat's a downbeat, and the next two are off beats. Anyway, you get the hang of that one. A7, that's all it is. And finally, let's do a nice, straightforward, easy one. Well, you can bump and grind. It's good for your mind. Children of the Revolution. Again, what keys did it in? I'll give you 3 guesses. E. He didn't use many chords, did Marc Bolan, but he wrote great songs with them. All right, so it's a great example of how to use 3 chords to absolutely fantastic effect. Okay, so what's happening here? Phrasing first. Bam, bam, ba bam, ba bam, ba bam, ba bam, ba bam, ba bam, bam, bam. Okay, you've got to get that in your head. All down struck with the plec. So E, G. I'll do that slowly. E. All right. That's about it. You know, I'm going to go back to the one I like the best. It's great that you'll be playing. Once you get the hang of that, you'll just be doing it all the time. Right. I hope you've enjoyed that little. What was it? It was it was a bit impromptu. You know, I've sort of skimmed over quite a bit, but hopefully you'll get the idea. If you get stuck on any of those bits, you know, just let me know and I'll go over them again. But I don't want you to get bored, and I just want you to give it a quick overview on how to do them. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I'll be doing some more stuff probably tomorrow. I've had quite a few people asking me to do a tutorial on Apache, you know, the Hank Marvin one, because apparently it's 60 Years of the Shadows. And Hank Marvin, he was the forerunner of all the guitarists that we know and love today, believe it or not. You know, he was the first guy to have a Fender Stratocaster. So if you've not heard of him, you young ones, Hank Marvin, check him out. You'll know the music, you'll have heard it on TV commercials and everything, but check him out, because I think you might enjoy doing this one. I'll look forward to any comments anyway, so you know, if you want me to do it, let me know and I'll do it. If I don't hear anything, I'll do something else. Right, so it's up to you. Right, on that note,